My brother kept stealing every girl I dated. He'd flirt with them until they chose him. 5 girlfriends in 3 years. I said, "You can have an next one." Then I set him up with my friend's lying, cheating ex who'd scammed 4 men. When he called me crying 10 weeks later that she'd stolen $35,000 and ghosted. Original post. 29 male. Need to write this down because honestly, I don't know if I'm a genius or the worst brother alive. Maybe both. So here's the thing about my younger brother. He's always been better than me at everything. Better looking, more charming. Got a full ride to college while I scrape by a community college working night shifts at Target. Parents think he walks on water. Cool, whatever. I dealt with it. But he has this hobby. And the hobby is stealing my girlfriends. Not like aggressively hitting on them. It's way more calculated than that. He meets them at family stuff or when he crashes at my place. Acts all friendly and brotherly at first. Then the texts start. "Hey, your boyfriend mentioned you like this band. Check out this song." Innocent enough, right? Then it becomes daily good morning texts. Inside jokes. Late night conversations about his fake relationship problems where he's all vulnerable and sensitive. Before I know it, my girlfriend is pulling away from me and gravitating toward him. It's happened 5 times. 5. In 3 years. First girlfriend, we've been together 8 months. She broke up with me saying she needed to find herself or some crap. 2 weeks later, she's posting Instagram stories from his apartment. I confronted him. He gave me this wounded look like I'd accused him of murder. Bro, if she wanted to leave you, that's on her. Not my fault she saw something better. Something better. That's how he said it. Second girlfriend, third, fourth. Same pattern. He'd show up, charm them, steal them, date them for a few months until he got bored, dump them, repeat. Number 5 was the worst. Her name was my most recent ex, and we'd been together almost a year. I actually thought she might be it, you know? We talked about moving in together. My birthday dinner, he showed up late. I watched him zero in on her immediately. The way he touched her arm when he laughed. How he'd lean in close to talk to her. The eye contact that lasted way too long. 3 weeks later, she told me she'd developed feelings for someone else. Didn't say who. Didn't have to. That's when something in me just broke. Not angry broke. Cold broke. The kind where you stop feeling things and start thinking strategically. See, I have this buddy from my old warehouse job. Great guy, got absolutely demolished by his ex about a year ago. She was this gorgeous, funny woman who seemed perfect. They dated for 6 months. She moved in after 3. By month 6, she'd cleared out his savings account, maxed out a credit card he'd added her to, and vanished into thin air. He told me she'd done it to at least 3 other guys he knew of. Maybe more. She had it down to a science. Find a guy with decent money, love bomb him, gain his trust, drain his accounts, disappear. So when my brother started his usual routine with my most recent ex, I had an idea. A really, really petty idea. I call my buddy. "Hey, remember your ex? The one who took you for like 20-something grand. Unfortunately, yeah. What? She's still running her scams? Far as I know. Saw her on a dating app last month with a different name. What?" I explained my situation. My brother's pattern. The 5 girlfriends. How he was circling my current relationship like a vulture. My buddy was quiet for a minute. "You want me to introduce them?" I want him to learn what it feels like to be manipulated by someone he trusts. Dude, she'll take him for everything he's got. He drives a BMW and won't shut up about his sales commissions. He'll survive. My buddy laughed, but he sounded uncertain. This is pretty dark, man. So, is systematically destroying your brother's relationships because your ego needs the validation. He agreed to make the introduction. Next family dinner, my brother's showing off his new watch and bragging about some huge bonus he got. Mom and Dad are eating it up like always. I'm basically furniture. Over dessert, I dropped it casual. "So, I met someone I think you'd really like." His eyes lit up. "He lives for this." "Yeah? She hot. Gorgeous. Like, intimidatingly gorgeous." And she mentioned she's into successful guys with ambition. I showed him a photo my buddy sent. The con artist in some carefully angled shot. My brother practically started drooling. "How you know her?" "Friend of a friend. She just moved here for work, doesn't know many people." I was thinking about asking her out, but I shrugged, gave him this defeated look. "You're better at this stuff than me. You always have been. Want an intro?" The ego stroke worked perfectly. He tried to play it cool. I mean, if you're sure. I'm sure. You can have the next one. I'm tired of competing. He actually clapped me on the shoulder. Said he appreciated me finally being mature about things and how he'd treat her right. I set up a group thing at a bar that weekend. Introduced them. She was good. Like scary good. Played interested but not desperate. Smart but not intimidating. Fun but not wild. Everything designed to hook a guy like my brother. He was obsessed within the hour. I made an excuse and left early. Let nature do its thing. That was about 10 weeks ago. Update 1. So it's been a couple months, and holy crap, this escalated fast. My brother went all in immediately. Like within 2 weeks, he's posting couple photos. By week 3, he brought her to family dinner, and Mom was already planning their wedding in her head. Week 4, she was basically living at his place. I kept my distance. Just like the occasional Instagram post, sent him happy for you bro texts when he'd brag. But my buddy was keeping me updated through mutual connections. The con artist was running her standard playbook perfectly. First couple weeks, be the dream girlfriend. Cook his favorite meals. Laugh at his terrible jokes. Act interested in his boring work stories about sales quotas. Next few weeks, start having problems. Her car needs major repairs. He paid like $1,200. Her roommate situation is toxic, so she needs to stay with him more. Her credit card got fraudulently charged, and the bank's investigating. Can he cover groceries and stuff for a bit? Then, ramp up the relationship talk. Drop hints about the future. Tell him she's never felt this way before. Mention how her ex was financially abusive and how amazing it is to be with someone generous like him. That's when the real con started. Her brother needed emergency surgery, and she was his only family. She's crying, desperate, scared. My brother wanted to play hero, offered to help. She acted all reluctant, didn't want to be a burden, but eventually accepted $8,000. There is no brother. There was no surgery. Then she needed to pay off her old lease to move in with him officially. Another $3,000. He paid it without even blinking. But the big score? She had this investment opportunity through her work. Some crypto thing with guaranteed returns. My brother's always been a sucker for get-rich-quick schemes. Thinks he's smarter than everyone else. He pulled $24,000 from his savings and gave it to her to invest for them. Total take, $35,000 in about 2 months. I know all this because my brother actually called. Me super excited, asking if I wanted to invest too. Said his girlfriend had this amazing opportunity and he was going to triple his money. I told him I was broke from student loans. He literally laughed and said, "That's why you got to think bigger. This is how wealth is built." The irony was painful. Update 2. Got a call from him a few nights ago. Middle of the night, I was dead asleep. His voice woke me up instantly, though. Pure panic. She's gone. What? Who? My girlfriend. All her stuff's gone. Her phone's disconnected. She blocked me everywhere. I went to her work address, and it's a vacant office. What's happening? Did you check your bank account? Silence. Then frantic typing sounds. Oh my God. Oh God, no, no, no. What? The investment account's empty. She drained it. And there's charges on my credit card I didn't make. Flights, hotels, stuff in different states. She must have got my card info. How did she? He was hyperventilating. This can't be real. We were talking about engagement rings last week. She said she loved me. How could she just? You got conned. No. There has to be an explanation. Maybe she's in trouble. Maybe someone's forcing her to. She scammed you. The car repairs, the toxic roommate, the brother's surgery, the crypto investment. It's a playbook. She's done it before. She'll do it again. How do you? His voice changed. Got real cold. How do you know about the car repairs? I never mentioned that to you. I could have lied. Should have probably. But I was tired of playing games. Because my buddy dated her last year. She took him for about $23,000 before she disappeared. When you started circling my girlfriend again, I decided you needed to learn a lesson. The silence on the line was deafening. You set me up? On purpose. You stole 5 of my girlfriends. 5. Every single time you acted like you were doing me some favor, like they were upgrades going from me to you. So yeah, when you asked for an intro to the next girl, I gave you exactly what you deserved. Are you insane? She stole $35,000 from me. That's not the same as dating your exes. You're right, it's not the same. But the manipulation is. The calculated moves. The way you'd swoop in and make them feel special while making me feel like garbage. You just got a condensed version of what you've been doing to me. I'm calling the cops. I'm pressing charges. When Mom and Dad find out what you did, go ahead. Tell them. Tell them how you systematically destroyed my relationships for 3 years because it made you feel superior. Tell them I tried to warn you she was too good to be true, but your ego wouldn't let you listen. He hung up. Haven't heard from him since, but the family group chat's been dead silent. He hasn't told Mom and Dad yet, probably because he knows how it'll sound. My buddy texted yesterday. Said he heard my brother filed a police report, but they basically told him it's a civil matter since he willingly gave her the money. She's probably in another state with a new identity by now. I should feel guilty. Part of me does. $35,000 is serious money. But mostly, I feel vindicated. He finally knows what it's like to be played. To have your trust weaponized. To realize you were just a mark. Update 3. The fallout's been insane. My brother eventually told our parents, but his version of events. According to him, I introduced him to a criminal, knowing she was dangerous, all because of jealousy over his success. Mom called me crying. Actual tears. How could you do this to your brother? He trusted you. He's broke and devastated, and it's your fault. Did he mention the 5 girlfriends he stole from me? That's different. Those girls made their own choices. You deliberately set him up. And he deliberately targeted every woman I dated because he needed to prove he was better than me. You're being selfish and cruel. Your brother needs help, and you're making excuses. She hung up on me. Dad texted the next day, saying I wasn't welcome at family events until I made this right. No questions about my side. No acknowledgement of what my brother did. Just automatic blame on me like always. Whatever. I've been the disappointment for years anyway. My brother went full victim mode on social media. Vague posts about betrayal from family and learning who people really are. Our mutual friends started asking what happened. I kept it simple. Ask him about my last 5 girlfriends, then we can talk. Some people got it. Most didn't care enough to dig. Then he showed up at my apartment. Didn't call, didn't text. Just pounding on my door on a random weeknight. Opened it to find him looking like hell. Dark circles, wrinkled clothes, greasy hair. I need money. Excuse me. I'm behind on rent. The credit card debt's crushing me. I need $10,000 to get back on track. I actually laughed. You want me to give you money? You OWE me. This is your fault. If you hadn't introduced me to her. If I hadn't introduced you to her, you'd be sleeping with my ex right now, like you always do. I lost everything because of you. No. You lost everything because you're a narcissist who thinks every girl in my life is fair game. You got played by a professional, and you can't handle that someone was better at manipulation than you. He tried to push past me into my apartment. I blocked him. Move. I'm not leaving until you write me a check. Then I'm calling the cops for trespassing. You're really going to do this? After everything our family's done for you. Everything our family's done for me? Like paying for your entire college while I work 2 jobs? Or constantly comparing me to you at every gathering, or ignoring every time I said you were sabotaging my relationships. His face went red. You're pathetic. Always have been. That's why it was so easy to take your girlfriends. They wanted upgrades. There it was. The truth he'd been hiding behind fake concern for 3 years. Get out. Not until... I pulled out my phone and started recording. You're trespassing. You just admitted to intentionally pursuing my girlfriends. You're demanding money. Leave, or I'm calling the cops and showing them and Mom and Dad this video. He stared at me, then actually spat on my doorstep before leaving. Last week my buddy called. Said my brother tracked him down somehow and demanded the con artist's real identity. Threatened legal action for being an accomplice. My buddy told him to lose his number and blocked him. The family group chat's still silent. No holiday plans mentioned. I'm obviously not invited. My brother posted he's starting over and cutting toxic people out. The comments are full of supportive emojis from people who have no clue. Final update. Guess it's time to wrap this up. My brother never got the money back. Police investigation went nowhere because the con artist used fake everything and was probably already running the same scam somewhere else. My buddy heard she'd moved out east and changed her appearance. My brother had to move out of his expensive place. Last I heard, he's living with our parents, paying them rent while he rebuilds. The BMW got repossessed. His Instagram went from constant flexing to nothing. Our parents still blame me completely. I'm a family outcast now. Thanksgiving happened without me. Christmas too. Dad's birthday's coming up, and I already know I won't hear anything. Some extended family reached out for my side. I told them everything, including the 5 girlfriends. Reactions were mixed. Some thought I went nuclear. Others admitted they'd noticed his pattern, but figured it was just sibling stuff. A few of my exes actually reached out after hearing what happened. The second girl he stole said, "I always felt guilty, but now I realize he literally targeted me because I was with you. That's messed up." She apologized, said she was young and didn't see the pattern. We're not getting back together, but it felt good to hear. My most recent ex sent a long message. Said my brother had been texting her for weeks before we broke up, telling her I was holding her back and she deserved better. She was planning to break up with me anyway, but his manipulation sped it up. "I thought he was being a good brother giving advice," she wrote. Didn't realize until after we started dating that he'd done this before. By then I was in too deep and he dumped me anyway. Too little too late, but at least she owned it. As for me, I'm doing okay. Not great, not terrible, just okay. The guilt comes and goes. Some days I think maybe I went too far. That's a lot of money and he is my brother. Blood means something, right? But then I remember how he'd smirk at family dinners when my girlfriend started pulling away. How he'd call me after breakups, pretending to be concerned while I could hear the satisfaction in his voice. How he'd post couple photos weeks later like it was nothing. He never felt guilty. Not once. So yeah, I sleep fine. Started seeing someone new about a month ago. Met her at a coffee shop, completely random. No connection to my family. Doesn't know my brother exists. Haven't told her this story yet. Maybe eventually. One thing's certain though, I'm never introducing her to my brother. Weirdest part? I don't miss my family. Thought I would. Thought getting cut off would destroy me. But honestly, it's peaceful. No more comparisons. No more watching him be the golden child while I'm the backup. No more fake smiles at holidays while he's dating my ex. I'm building my own life now. People who actually value me instead of seeing me as the less successful brother. My buddy asked me last week if I regretted it. Setting my brother up, watching him lose everything. Thought about it for a while. No, I said finally. He spent 3 years teaching me that taking what I cared about had no consequences. I taught him a different lesson, one that stuck. He nodded. Expensive lesson. The best ones usually are. I don't know if my brother learned anything. Maybe he still thinks he's the victim. Maybe I'm the villain in his version. Maybe he'll rebuild and go right back to being the same manipulative golden child. Doesn't matter anymore. He's not my problem. The family that chose him isn't my problem. The girlfriends who fell for him aren't my problem. I'm focusing on me, building something real with someone new, making genuine connections with people who don't see me as second place. And if my brother ever finds his way back into my life, you better hope I don't have any more friends with con artist exes.